Hello, everybody. It's Wednesday, and it's time for Pick a Stack. I did not do a video last week because, man, the spiritual attacks are just like one after another, after another, after another, and I just couldn't do it. If you're not aware, I hate using the word awake because everybody uses that. If you're not aware of what's really going on in the world, and I'm not talking anything in 3D, okay? I'm talking demons, I'm talking spiritual attachments, I'm talking that kind of stuff. If you're not aware of that, then just go somewhere off in your head. But if you are, and you're even remotely empathic, or you are a light bringer, a light worker, you've probably been getting attacked. Some of you know it, and some of you aren't aware of it. You just think, oh, these bad things are happening to me. No, they don't just happen. The light keeps getting attacked. And so sometimes you have to just stop and do some self-care before you can continue on. Because how can you bring the light if you're exhausted and can't even find yourself? Hi, buddy. Do you want to come up on the couch? Okay, stay away from my water. You want to come up? Come on. So many things are happening. The veils are just, they're flying away. Angus is now aware that he is a healer, and so he's been helping with healings. He did it again this morning. He did one yesterday. Animals are amazing. Remember, they're spirits just like us, but they chose dog bodies or horse bodies or cat bodies or whatever. Dragonfly bodies, butterfly bodies, bunny bodies, deer bodies. They're just like us, but they chose different bodies. And this little guy is licking the couch. So, you know, he does healings, but he is also in a dog suit. All right. So I just had to talk about that if there's stuff happening in your dreams, you're having a hard time sleeping, if bad things happen to you or there's stuff in your head and it isn't supposed to be there, it's not just you. You're not alone. We are being attacked. We've been attacked for years. It's really coming to a head now. And if you don't believe we're in a spiritual battle for our souls, it's time to wake up. All right, if you're new to Pick a Stack, this is what we're gonna do here. We've got 3 decks today, and they're all Oracle decks. My guide said Oracle. Like, attention spans are short. So, because attention spans are short, Oracle decks are great for that, because we're just gonna do 1 card from each. We've got the Heart Chakra Singing Bowl. So this raises the frequency. And I want you to use your intuition as to whether you should have stack number 1, stack number 2, or stack number 3. Or 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 2 and 3, or all 3. I want you to think of or use your heart to feel what kind of question that you need answered. And then you've got intuitively your stack or stacks, and hopefully it will help you with whatever your question is. Okay? All right. If you chose stack number 1, you're going to get a reading from the Lyrans. If you chose stack number 2, you're going to get a reading from the Earth Warriors. And if you chose stack number 3, you are going to get a reading from Beyond Lemuria, from the Lemurians. Ready? Let's go. All right, if you chose stack number 1, we are going to hear from the Lyrans. These are the lion beings whose home planet was destroyed. That was fast. Their home planet was destroyed, so they moved out into the universe. Especially to the Sirius system. And we get card number 6, and this is the card of boundaries. No is yes to self-love. No is yes to self-love. When you honor the energy field around yourself through setting boundaries, you propel your entire species into a state of sovereignty where the new earth is built. These new earth societies will be built on individuals self-governing themselves through the wisdom of their soul. This process begins with boundary claiming, which translates into sovereignty. Most people on this planet, in this reality, whatever, do not set very good boundaries. Women have been taught, okay, yeah, I'll take care of you. I'll take care of you. I'll take care of you. And we don't take care of ourselves. Men fix everything because that's how they've been taught. You know, we take care and they fix. Let's say they work all day, they come home and they have to fix the toilet, or they have to fix, clean the gutters, or, there's the to-do list. Meanwhile, women are taking care of the home and the kids and the food and the whatever. And I'm talking traditional roles, okay? Masculine and feminine roles. Some of us do both. I live alone, so if the gutters need cleaning, I do that. If something needs fixing, I try to do it, and then when I fail, I find a guy. Please help me fix my toilet. But these traditional roles also make us not have boundaries. Because let's say you work all day, the last thing you want to do is work some more. And yet in this reality, that's what we do. Until you retire, and then you're too tired to have fun. Just saying. Although some people, when they retire, they do have fun. I know a couple of them. Brats. You know who I'm talking to because I know you watch my videos. Anyway, so this stack number 1 is a reminder to set boundaries. For example, I run my shop. I used to answer the shop phone 24/7. People would call me with questions and problems, and I would solve them all day, all night. I burnt out. I couldn't do that anymore until somebody said to me, boundaries. And I went, oh yeah, you're right. 5 o'clock, I don't answer the phone anymore. I don't. If somebody really, really needs help, maybe I'm not the person for that. Maybe there's somebody else. Maybe there's multiple people that can be doing this. Okay? We take shifts. We can send them to someone else who does do that in the evening. Okay? So we need to set boundaries. This is self-care. I do not need the weight of the whole world on my shoulders, and neither do you. Okay? We take care of our little part of the world, of the reality. And then we allow somebody else to take care of another part. Okay? I'm not responsible for everything. I'm responsible for my corner of the world, and you're responsible for your corner of the world. But that doesn't mean 24/7, 365. Okay? Ooh, stack number 1. Boundaries. Get our glorious sun up there. Ah. Somebody's asking what this is. This is a big piece of obsidian carved into a Kuan Yin. It's good protection stone. Plus it's carved into Kuan Yin. Way cool. Stack number 2, Earth Warriors. Oops. Earth Warriors, Elena Fairchild. All right. Come on. What do we need to know for stack number 2? Stack number 2. By the way, if y'all are feeling all kinds of weird things lately, like, oh, excuse me, nose is itchy. Feeling weird things like you're super hot or you're super cold, or you're super itchy, or you get super dizzy. That's these energies, man. Ears ringing, just this one or just this one, or popping, weird pains in your body. They're getting more and more intense. And I keep saying this, it's going to get more and more intense. So don't dumb it down. Don't go to the doctor and take a bunch of meds for it to make it go away, because you know what? You're just hiding your upgrades. We are all getting upgrades. And the reason I brought this up is because all of a sudden I am like super hot. I'm just sweaty everywhere. It'll be gone in about 2 minutes. It's not a hot flash. I'm done with those. This is an upgrade. Because I asked my guides, okay, what's going on? They're like, yeah, upgrade. Your body is changing. And what happens is when molecules move faster, it creates heat. So the molecules in our bodies move faster, creating that feeling of a hot flash or heat. Last night, I think I woke up, I don't know how many times, and I was just like this. All of a sudden, so hot. And usually it's because the dogs are right up against me, but the dogs were not right up against me. All right. Ooh, the goddess of Teotihuacan. She guards the waters of life. She guards the waters of life. Isn't that beautiful? 4. The goddess of Teotihuacan. The ancient guardian mother protects the waters of life and offers her protection and blessing. Her appearance augurs a time of purification and cleansing. That heat is also purification. That's interesting. Leading to enhanced fertility. You are a creator of new consciousness, a generator of positive energy as fuel for constructive outcomes. We need your vitalized being to keep nourishing the human collective with helpful alternatives to mainstream consciousness. That part was for me. You will be protected and supported at the deep level of soul in order to become the creator and custodian of a clean reservoir of consciousness from which souls thirst for purity, relief, and love can drink. The ancient mother will help you to help her and the many creatures within her care. She will help you to be fearlessly inventive with your loving creations of healing consciousness. Thank you, goddess of Teotihuacan. Thank you, ancient mother energy. We are being birthed, and we are doing the birthing. Does that make sense? This is what just came to me. We are doing the birthing. We are the mother. It doesn't matter if you're male or female, but we are doing the birthing, and we are also being birthed. We are being, it's not reborn. They're saying birthed. Our bodies are changing and our spirits are changing. And the Great Mother, the All Mother, is helping us through this process. It's interesting that I'm wearing Kuan Yin, and now we have the Mother. Mother energy. Mother energy is very creative. It's interesting because about a week ago, I started asking my guides, okay, winter's going to be coming in a few months, because I don't want it here now. what are the creative things that I'm going to work on? Because I'm like a bear. I go in my cave in the winter and I come out in the spring. And I create all winter long. I create, last year I worked with the deer antlers. I've been working with the sun catchers with crystals. So I asked my guides, okay, what am I going to do? And they said, you dig out your sewing machines because you're going to be sewing. I'm like, sweet. All right. I'm going to make some fun stuff, some funky, hippie, yeah, I don't know, creative stuff. So the mother helps us be creator beings. So ask the All-Mother, ask the goddess of Teotihuacan, ask your ancestral mothers, ask your higher self as mother. Even if you're male, you have a mother side of yourself out there, because if you're a starseed and you're watching this, you've been male and you've been female. And you've probably been other things too. Like I totally remember being a tree. I remember being a speck out in space. I remember being a mushroom. I remember all kinds of things like that. So I also remember being male. Yeah. So this is talk to the All-Mother, talk to the ancestral mother, talk to the goddess of Teotihuacan. Thank her for helping you with whatever it is you're going through or whatever else is coming. Like, we're all going to be starting new chapters in our lives. We don't know what they are necessarily, but we can say thank you for helping me get there, and then thank you for helping me while I'm there with this new chapter. Cool. Thank you, goddess of Teotihuacan. Gotta love it. All right, that was the Earth Warriors. Now for stack number 3. Lemurians. All right, Lemurians, I know you're always here. What do our stack 3 people need to know today? What do our stack 3 people need to know today? Oh, such a heavy sigh from the little man. You doing okay, buddy? Can you see him? There he is. There's his little puppy face. Card number 17. We had 6, we had 4, and now 1 plus 7 is 8. 6, 4, 8, 4, 6, 8. They're all 2s. Awakened awareness. Awakened awareness. Ooh. So let's see what 17 says. Physical reality is the tip of the iceberg. The tapestry we see at surface level is just a fraction of what is going on beyond. And that's kind of what I was talking about earlier on, if you're awake, you know this. You know there's more to this reality than just what our physical eyes can see. This is just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more. There's all these layers and layers and layers. Oh, it's exhausting if you're paying attention to it. Awakened awareness can take place when we start to look between the lines at recurring themes, aspects, and symbols that gain our intuitive attention. These are keys to a hidden, overarching plan and a greater weaving. This oracle speaks to the deeper nature behind all we can know with our eyes and minds. Also known as the matrix or the veil. Once discovered, it is so easy to get lost in it. Yeah, it is. We are conditioned to be disoriented in our physical reality so that anything outside of it becomes unfathomable. So that's why we have these people that are like, no, that's not true. That's a conspiracy theory. That's blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you don't really see that. Yeah, we do. There's lots of things we can see. We can see demons and spiritual attachments. We can see ghosts, which are totally different than the spirits. We can see fairies, brownies, trolls, water sylphs, angels, ETs. There's a lot of things that some of us can see. Oh, ships. By the way, we don't need to see a ship physically. Hello. They're already out there. They're just cloaked. They don't need to be visible in 3D. That's so stupid. It is. The only reason they need to be seen in 3D is to show you. They don't need to fly that way. Anyway, there's lots of stuff out there that some of us can see. And some of us aren't just us in human suits. Sometimes it's animals. This one here, he sees stuff all the time. Yeah. Althea is aware of it, but she doesn't really see it with her eyes, whereas this one sees stuff with his physical eyes. So the awareness of all this activates our intuitive system, helps us navigate what is true, and supports us in becoming more sovereign and empowered. Once you allow yourself to open up and receive, and that means receive through this eye, through all your senses, your ears, your nose, your mouth, your touch, everything. Once you allow yourself to receive that, you realize there's way more than what we physically perceive. Sometimes it's a touch. Sometimes it's just an awareness. For example, I walk my friends' kids to school in the morning, and this morning I went back to their house and I just stood outside and I was just staring at the roof. And my friend comes out. She goes, "What's up?" I said, "Your dad's here." And she goes, "Oh, of course he is." Which is nice, because a lot of times people would be like, "What do you mean my dad's here?" Yeah, your dad's here. Yes, the dad that is on the other side. He was up on the roof and he's watching over everything because they're getting ready to have a yard sale, and a lot of the stuff is his. And he's like, it's just stuff. So sometimes this awakened awareness, it can be comforting. A lot of people think it's scary, but it can also be comforting. Hey, dad's here. Or for me, my son is here. My son is always with me. He's been with me since he left, literally when he left, not even the next day or the next week or whatever. It was like, boom, immediate. So it can be comforting if you allow it to be, okay? You have to allow it. Like the way I like to put it is, it's like they're still with us. They're just on the other side of that wall. They're just outside there. Can I get a physical hug? No, but can we do everything else? Heck yeah. Can you help me shop? Can you help me with problems? Can you help me with everything? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, funny story. So Mike, that makes all the crystal wood knots in here, including this big guy, he was going to the VA because, he's an old veteran. he was going to the VA and, you know, it was going to be a long drive and blah, blah, blah. And I said, hey, why don't you invite my son along? Because he had met my son. And he knows my son goes around and hangs out with people now. And he goes, yeah, I think I'll do that. So he asked my son to hang out in the truck with him. And he did. He's like, I felt him. I knew he was there. He was talking to me. And on the way back home, he decided to stop for lunch. And so he's sitting in a booth in a restaurant all by himself. My son is on the other side of the table. And apparently my son had a big thing of food. And, you know, when my son left, he was 16 and he was 6'4" and almost 300 pounds. Okay, so he's a big boy. And he had all this food in front of him. And Mike was just sitting there eating his small thing of food. And he could hear, nom, 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 from my son. And he said, it was all I could do to not talk to him and not laugh. And, you know, because it was just such a surreal half hour. And I said, you know, I'm sure other people would probably just think you're some crazy old guy. You should just talk to them. Who cares? You're at a restaurant. You don't know those people. But this is what I'm talking about here, this awakened awareness. We're not all awakening. We're not all aware. Some of us are. And don't assume that you can help somebody wake up, because you can't. They have to do it themselves. Our job is to plant seeds. I plant the seed, I walk away. It's up to you to nurture the seed, to take care of the seed, to water it, to give it some light. Okay? It's not my job to do that. My job is to plant the seeds. Yeshua came to me, oh my gosh, it's been like 11, 12 years ago. And that's what he told me. He said, plant the seeds. And so that's my job. And then I walk away, because it's up to you to nurture that seed and to become awake and aware, to understand that there's so much more to us than this physical body. This is not me. This is the vehicle I chose for this reality. There's other versions of me out there. I know, because every time I go to bed at night, I don't know how many realities I'm in, but I'm in a lot of them. And in this one, I'm a warrior. And in this one, it's like water world. And I'm trying to find survivors. And there's all these different kinds of realities. So this isn't me, just like your body isn't you. And Althea just gave me an affirmation. I don't know if you heard that little woof. Anyway, so that is stack number 3. Allow yourself to become aware. Allow yourself to become awake. Don't force it, and definitely don't try to force it on somebody else, but allow it to flow through you. Okay? If something happens and you're like, oh my gosh, that's my grandfather. No. Just stop thinking about it with your left brain and feel it with your heart. Is it Grandpa? Probably is. So stop fighting it. You're not going to be burned at the stake this time. That was stack number 3. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to put it out there that it's going to be an amazing freaking day. So, I am sending you blessings of love, light, peace, joy, happiness, success, divine health, all good things, because I know you're worthy and I know you deserve them all. So, many, many blessings. Namaste.